Young Ailey Readers. Harry and an Electrical Problem. Jane Cadwallader. Copyright Ailey 2009. Harry the policeman was sitting in the dining room of the police station. He was having an evening meal with his friends Emma, Robert, and Betty. He was a friendly person, but he was untidy and not very brave. What he enjoyed most was eating. He was very happy as he looked at his plate of food. He put some salt and pepper on his potatoes, picked up his knife and fork, and the lights went off. Oh no! Shouted Harry. Not again! Robert asked, "How many power cuts have there been this week?" Betty said, "This is the 7th, and today is only Wednesday." "Here you are, Harry," said Emma, and she pulled a candle out of her pocket. The next day, Harry and the other detectives went to see the chief. The chief said, "Every time there is a power cut, we find an electric cable cut in the basement of the police station. That is where we keep all the top secret documents." The chief showed them a photograph. "This man is Michael the Magician. He was running out of the police station yesterday with some papers under his arm. I think he is the person who cuts the cables. I want you to find out how and why. But be careful. He might be dangerous." The detectives went to Michael the Magician's magic show. He was a famous magician, and there were lots of people. He used a magic computer to control another computer.
Bravo! Bravo!
After the show, the detectives went to talk to Michael the Magician. "I can change the programs of any computer from here," said Michael, showing them his computer. "Except Natinsky computers. They are too difficult to go into." "Wonderful," said Betty. "Excellent," said Robert. "Interesting," said Harry quietly. The detectives went to talk to the chief. Emma explained, "We think Michael the Magician goes into the police computers and finds out the code for the doors. Then he opens the doors and cuts an electric wire. Then there is a power cut and no one can see what he is doing." The chief looked at them. "But," said Harry, "he can't go into Natinsky computers, so if we change all the computers to Natinsky's, the power cuts will stop." Natinsky computers are very expensive, and the chief was not very happy, but in the end he agreed. 1 week later, all the computers at the police station were Natinsky computers. Harry and the other detectives were happy. The problem was over. No more power cuts. "Let's go and see the chief," said Emma. They were walking into the chief's office when all the lights went out. "Oh no, a power cut," said Betty. "It "Must be magic," said Harry, trying to smile. "Magic?" said the chief, going red in the face. He was very angry. Emma said quickly, "Don't worry, Chief. We'll go and find out some more. Come on, everyone!" The 4 detectives followed Michael the magician to the bus station. He got on a bus. "Come on, let's get on the bus too," said Emma. The bus stopped in a small town. Michael the magician got off the bus. Emma, Robert and Betty got off the bus too. Harry stayed on the bus to finish his snack. He was eating sandwiches and chocolate biscuits and coffee. "I'm coming in a minute," he said. Michael the magician's mouse didn't get off the bus. It was hungry, and it asked Harry for some food. Harry gave it a chocolate biscuit. Suddenly, he saw Michael the magician and another man pushing Emma and Betty and Robert into a lorry. Harry liked the mouse, so he quickly put it in his pocket and followed the lorry in a taxi. Michael the magician took Emma and Robert and Betty to a castle in the countryside. "Oh dear," thought Harry. "I think I should go home and tell the chief." Harry tried to tell the story to the chief, but he didn't listen. He was very angry. His eyes looked like they were going to jump out of his head. "Don't you move, Harry. Every time you do anything, something goes wrong. And stop eating!" But Harry was hungry, so he went into the basement, where the chief couldn't see him, to eat some bread and butter and jam, and the mouse started to eat an electric cable.
When you have a problem and you don't know what to do, just stop a moment and look around you. You might think your problem is as big as a house, but in fact it might be as small as a mouse.
Then the lights went out. Harry picked up the mouse and he went to see the chief. The chief was very angry. "Another power cut!" he said. "Look," said Harry. He showed the mouse to the chief. "I know how Michael the magician makes the power cuts. This is his mouse. I saw it eating an electric cable. Then the lights went out." The chief looked at Harry, and he looked at the mouse. He was very surprised. Then he began to laugh. He laughed and laughed. Harry laughed too. Harry said to the mouse, "I'm going to call you Magic." Then he said to the chief, "Excuse me, Chief. There is something I have to do. Come on, Magic." Harry put the mouse on his shoulder and walked out of the room. The chief was very surprised. Harry went to the bus station. He caught the bus to the small town. Then he took a taxi to the castle. When he arrived at the castle, he got out of the taxi and looked through the windows for Emma and Betty and Robert. Harry saw Michael the magician. He was looking at a map from the police station. It was a map of a rich actor's house. It showed where the alarms were. Aha! thought Harry. Now I know why Michael the magician makes the power cuts in the police station. Now I know what he wants. Harry phoned the chief. He explained where he was. "Come quickly," said Harry. "Michael the magician has some maps of important places. He took them from the police station." Harry saw his friends through one of the windows. The window had electric bars. Good, thought Harry. Harry put the mouse through the bars. Suddenly Betty saw Harry. "Hello, Harry. Can you help us?" "Wait a moment," said Harry. Suddenly all the lights in the castle went out. "Oh no," said Emma. "A power cut." "Quick," said Harry. "Climb out of the window." The other detectives looked at him in surprise. "Of course," said Robert. "The bars are electric." They all climbed quickly out of the window. "Well done, Harry. Thank you," they said. The police came and got Michael the magician. The chief was very happy. "No more power cuts," he said. Robert looked at Harry. "But how did you do it? How did you make a power cut?" Harry smiled. "It was magic," he said.